All right, Motivate, congratulations on your series victories. You guys have played exceptionally well through one
Don't do
game
it like that.
and game two. I mean, I don't have to care. I don't have to see what happens. I don't like I
10 seconds
I don't know.
remaining.
I like it versus Doom. I think any save versus hero just to
5
get out of,
seconds
just
remaining.
completely retreat away from the ultimate is very
Dire
beneficial.
team ban.
I think the just reset is great. Now you're up against a Terrorblade. Again, congratulations, Motivate, exceptional series victory. I love this Terrorblade. You've got a minus armor on the Venge. Monkey King looks to man fight in the Wukongs, but Terrorblade's got a bunch of armor. He's paired
I
with...
need a Leshrac.
10
I need a
seconds
Leshrac out of
remaining.
Yangon. That's the only way I see them winning this game.
Oh, just go
5
straight Tinker,
seconds
baby.
remaining.
Cares about the Leshrac.
Yeah, don't hate it. I mean, what?
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Ah,
They're banned.
they
All right,
got rid of it.
Zeus, come on, up next. That's a little bit more difficult into the Doom. I feel like you can still is not easy to catch, but I think it's just slightly easier than a Tinker. So I'm also in agreement. I'd probably favor the Leshrac, and I think you need
10
to play
seconds
Lesh
remaining.
with an amplifier with in a saving aspect. The
seconds
Venge has
remaining.
that. And I think also you kind of have Snapfire and Earth Spirit to kind of enable you a
Radiant
little bit
team
too. Any
ban.
like repositioning is great.
I feel like they are setting up for this Lesh here. Invoker, great way to remove a lot of that mana through the use of the EMP. If you're wanting that amplifier as well on top of that, Earth Spirit can very happily go for a Veil of Discord. It's super cheap. It's not a fantastic vessel game this time around, just because Terrorblade's
10
going to have
seconds
Manta Style or
remaining.
BKB to be able to cancel it. Doom, he gets plenty of farm, so he's going to have a
5
BKB to deal
seconds
with
remaining.
it. Sure, you can toss it onto the Undying, but it just doesn't feel like the same level of value as what a Veil would provide, and I feel like you do need to be a
Radiant
lot
team
faster
pick.
with your draft this time around for Yangon.
Queen of
I just,
pain.
how are they dealing with all the TB illusions?
Cop
That's
early is
my main
okay.
concern.
I think they're gonna have a pretty decent timing by like 17 minutes where they're not as cooldown dependent, and with Meta and Doom down, then you ain't gonna look to close the map. Because how do you make plays on Motivate?
10 seconds
You know, TB is just
remaining.
gonna farm, Undying sort of playmaker, Lion needs to play with like a spirit
5
hero,
seconds
Doom's
remaining.
very cooldown dependent, and a lot of the spirits are banned out, and you're going into a really tough matchup. And you also didn't know the enemy team's position too, so you kind of protect yourself a little bit where Quap doesn't lose a lot of matchups. Like she's more than likely gonna have an even or a winning lane.
Yeah, they do need some level of gap close, I suppose. You know, you can't just rely on the Doom to like smoke in around onto the back lines with the Scorched Earth for the movement speed. Get the Doom onto. Honestly, the Venge feels like the key target that you actually want to catch super early on, right? It's the core. It's you want to try and. Obviously, you don't do it once you've got the Aghanim Scepter on the Venge, but before then, I just feel like, again, it's going to be one of these games where you try and hinder the amount of net worth that Vengeful Spirit's able to get prior to the Aghanim Scepter, but it's going to be a lot harder to make those rotations with the lineup that they've got so far. So, I mean, what is left? Void Spirit and Storm Spirit, really.
Yeah, Void, I think, is the way
I'd
to
say
go.
Void is the pick, yeah.
Um,
Probably the Spirit Hero that Fearless plays the least, though.
I mean, what, he's still level 25 on it?
20 somethings.
Oh yeah, the least out of them all. It's saying something. Okay, well, if he doesn't go for something like that, is there anything else you could kind of think about? Maybe too late.
Storm
Really?
Choose your hero.
Okay.
Wanting the Storm Spirit into the Quap. I mean, I know that it provides you with a lot more of that backline gap close, of course. I'm just worried about the laning phase. That's the main thing here. So both teams, but still more so Yangon, really need to get their sentry game on point. They need to block up these camps, mid lane and triangle, especially prior to that 10 or so minute mark for the triangle in particular, because you know that Jackie's going to rotate there after the tower goes down. He does it every single game. They're even going to be able to use, if they're in a bit of a rough spot, the Q Undying to be able to reduce all of that. Do you think they've actually changed around their positions altogether? Like Q's just playing the 5 and Set Zero's playing 4 now? Because this is twice now. I know Set Zero's like, Lion is like one of his big heroes that he loves to play. But this is 2 games in a row now that Q's played much more of the like 5 oriented hero.
I'm honestly just looking at this Doom set. That's kind of dope.
He's got the the gem action going on. Like the Storm Spirit, all the Spirit Brothers have like their own special gem shape, and Doom's got the, I'm assuming that's red, red diamond on his chest.
No, it's kind of like a. Oh, it's kind of a little bit yellow now. No, it's kind of like a vibrant purple with a little bit of hint of green in there.
No, it's not. It's like a blood orange, maybe.
I gotta keep forgetting. Chat can't see. Yeah. Look, I don't know. I mean, is there a reason why you would swap the lanes in particular? Because. Well, like we've seen a couple
It
of.
might just be comfort. It might just be hero comfort, right? Like Set Zero plays a very good Lion. They want to maintain that.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I think if I really like having Terrorblade with. Oh,
hideous set.
no. What, dude,
Hideous
you're level 30 on Stormstorm. Why the hell are you running around with that? My God, Fearless, like what the hell? Wow, I'll show everyone what it looks like straight away because this is rise. Close your eyes. Dude, come on. I mean, is
But
this
then look
just
at the Dooms.
Prepare for
Doom has a
battle.
nice looking set.
Yeah, this is the little gem we were speaking about. Okay. I really like having a Terrorblade with a stunning support or a support that can slow and find kills with Metamorphosis because that's a lot of damage in the lane and quite often you can get kills super early. But a Terrorblade...
Maybe not as much against this lineup, right? Because it's an Earth Spirit. He can roll away if he's got it off cooldown. Set Zero, he ends up walking into this rotation, so that's a good way to start the game.
I know they just picked up First Blood. I'm like, now you're going to call me out on it. I did want to say Yangon. Like, I genuinely...
I still want to say Motivate.
Yeah, okay, good. So, at least, like, I feel like that gives me some power with the call I just made.
No,
You're like, okay.
I'm not going to give you any of that.
What the...
30
I
seconds
generally...
to battle.
I really like Yangon's draft. I think we did see Storm get absolutely bodied earlier today, and I think it's not a good matchup at all. We've seen it go okay, though. Like, we casted a game through groups. I can't remember who it was, but the matchup was not the worst. Like, they traded even, but Yopaj just absolutely dismantled earlier on versus Alacrity. So the reason why I like Yangon's a lot is just I feel like the Quap can play super aggressive with a lot of heroes this game. Monkey doesn't need a lot to work with. They're going to hit a huge timing with this Venge Aghanims. It might be a bit more of a difficult lane, though. I don't know how much farm is going to get with Terrorblade, but I'm also concerned on how Motivate make plays, because I think the Storm's still going to have a really rough lane. And then, like, who plays with the Doom ultimate? You know, Undying can't make any plays. Terrorblade's looking to farm. I just think Dire are going to hit these early timings that they're looking for.
Mine.
Look, I'm not counting out Yangon by any stretch, right? Like, they've done a few things right already. They've given the First Blood over to the Queen of Pain. It's a good matchup against Fearless. They've blocked up the small camp. Haven't done anything to the triangle just yet, but that's fine, as long as they realize that the stacks could potentially be going and they maybe scout it out.
What is going on down bottom?
What do you mean?
I mean, dude,
Is it just
Undying
next
is
to
such
16
a
strength,
stupid hero. It just tanked 2 full heroes chucking out their spells, and Jackie's like, thanks, brother. Back to farming I go. I appreciate that. You're doing God's work right now. And Masteros up top. Ooh,
They're gonna kill Lone.
do it. Go for it. Oh, one more right click. That extra armor for the recent patch skill A. Nice, still gonna die. Unfortunately, Q gets the kill. Jackie's like, come on, my guy. You really gonna take those kills like that? They wouldn't have gotten anyway, but I understand Jackie is a carry at heart.
Not sure if Q's going to be able to get this pull off with the creep wave sitting right here. But yeah, no, I feel like Yangon still, of course, have an opportunity. He's going to get the courier kill if they do play it correctly. You know, they've reduced a lot of the Storm Spirit's farm potential, so it's going to be up to young PH. If he's not able to make this work, then that's on him. And I want to see Vengeful Spirit as well just change up the way that he plays. You know, he was a little bit too selfless prior to picking up the Ags for mine. You just need to go all in on this greedy style and leave it up to the Queen of Pain, Earth Spirit, and Snapfire to get the action happening around the map. Just farm, and then become the complete sacrifice once you pick up the Ags.
Bottom lane, yeah, not looking too fine at the moment. I mean, We saw a very late Aghanims timing from Lun in game 1 when it was about 19 minutes, and
Yep.
I
He should have had it like 17.
Yeah.
If he just changed up his gameplay a little bit.
MG.Trust is in trouble. Jingu stacks soon to be available. I mean, maybe he can go for a deny somehow. Big issues with the creeps being there. Oh, Duke back and forth. Oh, won't even need the boundless. There we go. How? Good kill to find, and you know, we were saying that top lane, yes, not going to be too great for MG.Trust, so this is not the greatest start. I just want to bring up, I really think Young PH needs to put a lot of attention on bot just to gank the Venge. They've got a lot of damage with the missile to set up for roll, and then the burst from the Queen of Pain. I want you to enable Venge to get an early Ags, because I think that is going to push your timing that much earlier.
Yeah, you can't take this late. Like, Monkey King fighting into a Terrorblade just does not work. Same sort of thing with the Queen of Pain, right? Like, you get one use out of that Sonic Wave, and if everything isn't synergized together perfectly, TB's gonna live. Like, you've even got the heal coming through from the Undying as well to assist, and that's with all of your attention in onto a Terrorblade. Like, if that's the case, then Fearless as well as Masteros are free to do whatever the hell they want on the backlines.
Radiant's middle tower.
You do see at least 2 of the lanes are going incredibly well for Dire. I mean, mid, there's a huge disparity in the last hits, and top is just shambles for Masteros. And yeah, we brought this up instantly as soon as we saw the Doom in the line. We're like, I don't know how you play this lane. And you know, even the Lion as well with his positioning.
We saw the Storm Spirit, right? Yeah. Like, we were like, I don't know about this one, Chief. Like, it's going to become easier, of course, in one level for Fearless, but...
And it's going to end up going down as well. Skill 8, great rotation. That's like, you also have skill A. Like, we got to cast Yangon in lower division. I think season 1 was it? I believe, but we were really impressed with skill A's Earth Spirit for 1. My god, how did that Sorib do so much damage? Anyway, we were really impressed with skill A's Earth Spirit. I feel like this is a game where you love having every lane to gank. Like, mid, high kill threat because of the strong matchup from Quat vs Storm. Top, exceptional lane to gank as well. And bottom, you have a nice setup with Magic Missile. So this is really going to make this game super easy for skill A early.
And he's just continuing to make Young PH's game easier as well, getting the bottle refill. You can see he's got that urn available. He's got the Observer Wards, 3 of them actually. Might look to make a bit of a play happen. They end up losing... Oh, it's just into their own tower. But yeah, look again, it's kind of similar to what we saw from Alacrity. Fearless has just been reduced to going back to the jungle so he can get that level 6, so that he doesn't get instantly popped by a very small stun and the slows coming out from Quap.
See, I think this is the difference, though, between the high-level team like Boom and Yangon. Like, yes, Yangon are in upper bracket. You definitely have to give them props, but that game where we saw Alacrity on the Storm, he was always getting scouted out of the jungle, and his camps were blocked as well. Another roll in from skill A. Gotta be cautious as he group up, because Young PH will charge up the ultimate. Connects onto both and gets the double. Yes, you'll trade the life for skill A, but you are happy with that one.
Yeah, skill A's movements have been fantastic. They're starting to ping out the fact that he came from the left-hand side, so they would know that there's some kind of vision inside their own triangle, but still well worth it to be able to set up for that style of kill. With a value of, oof, going for that huge soul rip again. Maybe even wanting the TP rotation to come in from skill A, just saying, look, don't do it just yet. Let me refill the bottle with the illusion rune. There we go, all the way back up to full, why not? It's an overheal as well, with the healing salve and the urn being used.
They have meta? They do. On getting backstabbed, but just chilling. What's going on up top?
Yeah, just bullying out Masteros. He's still level 4, so not having a great time. They know, again, that this Observer Ward is up here. But in lane, Fearless, at least he's level 6 now.
One needs some assistance. This is a deep dive. I mean, Q, no escape. Luckily enough, they'll trade a 1-for-1. A little bit of time wasted. Hal's actually still stalking him.
Skill A?
Oh, they just saw him, I think.
Jackie?
Okay. I swear they saw him with that Observer Ward. Actually, just looking eyes on mid once again. Queen of Pain, this is a heavy commitment. Jackie's even got a TP, and I love this TP from the Terrorblade. You want to try and enable Fearless as much as possible, and this is your one opportunity to do so. A big kill picked up. Great use of all that Metamorphosis duration.
Great movement by Skille though as well, like enabling them to get that turnaround kill at least onto the Storm Spirit. Like, sure, the kill goes over, you get a bit more experience on the Terrorblade, but again, Fearless, he is not having a good game right now. He is almost bottom of the barrel in terms of net worth. The only one doing worse is Lon. And again, this is on a Vengeful Spirit that doesn't have that flash farming potential. She can't rotate back to the jungle and try and get farm in that way. Looking real slow though on Lon. Hasn't even finished up the power treads.
Maybe a kill or some assist gold will get him a little bit closer. It's actually a skill there to find it. So once again, you're just seeing you got a lot of heroes that the Earth Spirit can play with right now.
So even a really skilled player like Skille does make mistakes. He's just sold it so that the stream does not look at it, but he had 2 magic sticks to be able to, I suppose, heal up for double, but well,
didn't you know you get double
one.
effectiveness out of it? I feel like that's what I learned through the tutorial when I first started playing.
That's Dota 101. Maybe Slax's tutorial.
Wait, what's wrong with Slax's tutorial?
Nothing's wrong with it.
Best in the business. Double sticks, double power. How? Oh, he's not going to have the power to keep his life here. Nice rotation from Fearless, and this is what you want to see. Getting active early.
Oh,
goodbye, How? Cute attempt. Yeah, it's just... like, again, he's got 3 deaths, but they didn't shut down his jungle as well. I just have to go back to saying that we saw in the early series, Boom, when they were versing Alacrity Storm Spirit, they made sure they had very, very deep vision, so they could always jump the Storm Spirit, and they were blocking a ridiculous amount of camps as well.
To be fair, they tried to do that on Skille with being able to get that one up inside the triangle. They've gone for a few more just around these sorts of areas. But, you know, I agree. They didn't put the sentries up in the same type of areas. And maybe they could put these observer wards up in these unorthodox sort of areas as well. Because, you know, Skille putting the observer ward up next to the triangle, Storm Spirit's not going to farm there. So you always want to be able to catch him out where he was actually able to get some of this extra golden experience that he needed.
Radiant's top tower is under
And Paul
attack.
Masaros. It's a rough life here on the Doom.
Almost level 6. He'll get it back with the Midas.
You say that with a little bit of aggression, honestly. Like, Midas, stupid item.
Radiant's top
Yeah,
tower
I
is
can
under
tell
attack.
some pubs have been ruined too much by Midases, huh? You truly hate to see it.
Do things. I just want people that do things. You know, young PH is going to get away, not before Gile ends up dying, but...
Oh, not the regen.
Is that so much to ask, though? Just
Do things?
wanting my team to do things?
Maybe you're the one not doing things, huh? You ever think about that? Why is it the team's fault?
My assists
Classic.
are off the charts.
Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. The Veno spammer. Speaking the truth.
I have not played it in a while, and actually recently I've got a pretty terrible win rate with it, to be honest. So let's not pay attention to that. But I'm wondering why. I mean, you've got a Terrorblade, right? And you've got this 10-minute catapult timing. Of course, it's very important that he takes away this this ancient stack as quickly as possible.
Instant TP's coming out down bottom here. How is able to scout him out now, but the kiss is getting laid down. Setsuru is actually going to try and turn to blow up the Monkey King. Great awareness here. They didn't have to worry about the Mortimer Kisses. Even Skille feels like he have some impact as well. A huge magnetize onto all 4 heroes. The rest of Yangon looking to swing on over to the area as well. Queen of Pain lands the ultimate just onto Mastros, and now they can just overwhelm Jackie under the tower if they want to. The Magnetize still continuing to tick them down. Look how they're playing this, just teetering on the outskirts, making sure there's no opportunity for a Sun to play. You know, Setsuru still does get rid of Skille. Oh, he's got to do it with the last second, and now blinks in, but once again, Yangon, they've got the numbers. They can overflow over Jackie. You were just singing props to young PH. He's a goddamn player so far this game. 7-1-3, top of the net worth.
And I was saying, why aren't Motivate playing around some of their key timings? I mean, I guess feeling like Fearless and Masteros aren't able to get the same level of impact as they might like is the only reason that I could potentially think of. But I mean, the downside is you end up rotating through with the Metamorphosis used. You aren't able to take that entire ancient stack either. You don't get any counter push happening. And I mean, I guess they feel confident, but I'm not exactly sure why.
Q looks like he's in trouble too. An early Orchid pickup here for young PH. I mean, we're only 12 minutes into this game. Any Yangon doubters? Oh, I said
this
that
would be big.
way too soon. Oh,
Here's one.
pain. Oh no.
Cast a curse coming through.
Attack.
He's played so
You know
well.
what that is? You know what that is? That's karma, not just for you, but also for young PH taking away the last hit on that tombstone. Because you've got this vengeful spirit, he needs his ags, and you've had a fantastic game so far on him. So I feel like maybe if you just look to retreat a little bit more, maybe he got tempted by the potential for the bounty rune being available. It's a different story, but ends up paying the price. And so do you, looking like an absolute fool.
Not gonna be a fool when Yangon win. Also, when they kill Jackie down bot.
It never happened.
Which one? Being wrong or killing Jackie? Because he's looking like he's no chance to keep the life. Radiant anticipating the wrong move here as they look to smoke from top to mid. They do have Orchid as well, just picked up on Fearless. He's only level 9 though. I mean, there's such a disparity between the two mids. Gonna try and bait Masteros. Even Set Zero revealing his position at the moment. See Young Page. He's cautious, just waiting, trying to find the opening. They don't see a Storm just yet until now. Instant blink. Fearless gonna try and use this to his advantage, and beautifully done as well. He gets the finger before they die. That's the damage they were requiring. Set Zero is even gonna look to buy back too. But they might not have the numbers to rejoin afterwards. And Skill even tips him as well.
They really are focused on trying to take down this Vengeful Spirit. It was just a little bit too deep of a dive there on the Queen of Pain, not realizing that that Orchid was available on Storm Spirit, but they're able to turn it around in good fashion. Again, just another great cookie coming through from Zoraid there to be able to set that all up.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Jackie.
It did feel like Masteros were in a bit of a weird spot, right? Sorry, Motivate. Because Masteros didn't have the Doom. Like, he has no farm. He's got the Midas. He just wants to sit back and be a bit more passive. And you don't have the strongest tower-taking lineup right now on Yangon. So I feel like the main strat is just try and split the map up as much as possible. Someone will die, but two other heroes will be getting kills. And a lot of more farm as well.
I really want to see Radiant make him play around top as Fearless. Just Orchid back in return, but yeah, they're in trouble. It's actually Dire that's looking to try and contest this. Now Set Zero, the next on the agenda. He's got some heroes on the outskirts here, just in case they push forward for more.
They got the Doom.
Like,
they're going to end up backing off.
So you were just saying like you want to see Motivate kind of split up the map here and use their farming to their advantage, but you need a tower. And to do that, I want you to play around next meta, next Doom, use it up top. You know, put Terrorblade in that lane or smoke there, drop a deep ward, take the objective. Don't go somewhere else with your ultimates because getting mid is going to be super difficult unless you probably get 2-3 kills. Top's a lot easier in an objective and it'll just give you maybe, you know, I can't draw on the map. I wish I still could. So annoying.
That slight little extra area to farm.
Yeah,
like
literally
3,
just
maybe 4 more camps.
And maybe one more wave as well. And it just opens up the map instead of all being clumped up by the triangle.
Agreements with that. You've got the siege creep wave that is coming up here. Fearless still only level 10. Going to play around this mid lane a little bit, make sure that that's not shoved in too far so that it's not obvious that any kind of rotations might be happening top, but preemptively you've got Hao coming up towards the top side. Maelstrom, Echo Saber, he's very strong right now. It's just who's going to get the jump. That's key to what decides this next team fight. I feel like Fearless is going to try and come at the last second if he can. And the top tower. No use of the meta.
It just really seems like they're waiting for BKB then on Doom. Like he just TP'd down to bot, trying to take all that safe farm. So they are just completely avoiding fights now, feeling like they are not in a position at all to contest Yangon.
I didn't quite see. Did Masteros show on the lane up there? Like, would they have known that he just used his... Yeah, up top.
Yes.
Would they have known?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the reason behind this immediate rotation coming through right now. Young PH, he's going to be playing around
nice
solo a little bit, so has to be
Ooh.
careful. The Spidey senses. It is still at nighttime as well, so really nice game awareness coming out there from the young mid laner.
They're going to see Fearless actually farming aggressively around that triangle. Yeah, Young PH, a sign of weakness, is going to jump in. He's got these instances from Skill A as well. I mean, that is your 7th death of the game here from the Storm. This just seems like a... he was honestly got a lot more out of the early game than I was expecting, but it just seems like it's a replication of game 1, I think, with a Boom and Enigma Galaxy and Young PH once again. Keeping the pedal to the metal, another jump. Sonic Wave just dropped on the head of the line, and now Jackie as well might be in some trouble.
Careful. This is an Ags finished up now by the Venge as well, much earlier than before. Also level 12.
Ooh, Jackie.
Try and find him. There's only one spot that he could still be, and it's to the right, but they haven't scouted it out.
Run, little guy, run.
But yeah, just the timing is so much better on this Aghanim Scepter now by Lun, and it's just about how he looks to play with the rest of the team now. You don't want to just immediately die, even though you've got that turnaround potential, but looks like it's going to be the case. As the swap range, still kind of short.
I'm over here.
Do you feel like Dire have, like, how do you force fights on Dire? Do they have a way where they can just, you know, maybe walk down bottom, contest a T2 tower, or are they not at that stage yet net worth-wise?
I think their main thing is they just keep wanting it. They want to keep going for pickoffs. Still fighting into a full 5-on-5 feels a little weird for them. You know, you've got the Doom, you've got the Tombstone, two great abilities to be able to fight around, you know, choke points. And of course, Terrorblade able to just pop the Metamorphosis, have the Undying healing him up as well. So I feel like having this BKB on Young PH is going to help them out a fair amount. Just to be able to make these rotations happen. Maybe start the push in onto a tower, because again, they are still kind of weak when it comes to taking towers. They know.
They know. Smoked up. How do you get the start? BKB completed on Doom. He needs to lead the charge. They've scouted out the health of Roche. Let's see what MG.Trust can do to provide this space. They're going to jump on the Earth Spirit, look to blow him up with a beautiful swap. Lun keeps the life of Skill Lay. He's going to be able to play around with the illusion. They turn it actually back around. The control on Storm is perfect. He'll look to buy back, rejoin the fight. The Doom's out as well, but is completely wasted, and Jackie needs assistance. Was under the Ag's illusion, so no Venge as well, but still keep tabs on Roche. It's almost about to drop. They're going to utilize the last remaining seconds of the Doom, but Fearless, he's going to be cautious as well. He just bought back. He'll get outside the outskirts of the Wukongs, but Skill, he's going to turn this back around. And Magnetised once again onto multiple heroes. Jackie will fall to the magical damage, and Skill, he's looking to clean up as well. Rolls from downtown, lands it on Masseros. There's no escape from the magical damage. Skill does so much for them. I mean, it's hard to get the killers, but who gives a damn? Give the pat on the back for the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, most damage done in that team fight on Skill A, and that is without any kind of buffing up. You know, he used 4 uses of the Spirit Vessel in that entire team fight. That's again without a veil or anything like that. It just shows the strength of being able to fight inside of a closed space. You know, this Magnetize, of course, does an insane amount of work. Wasn't the best Wukongs in the world. They caught out Young PH with a Doom as well, so he still has that ultimate to be able to use if someone reveals themselves on the side of the map. And you can see here Young PH is not wanting to do too much to reveal himself. He wants to bait out any kind of movement towards the bottom side of the map so that he and Skille can look to pick someone off that's trying to respawn and take this quote-unquote free farm. Just be careful about where they're walking, though. Looks like Lun is going to be farming underneath Vision. Skille walking into it as well. So they're going to look to maybe avoid this area, or if they're feeling confident of taking out Skille, trying to start the team fight onto him.
Masseros a charge. He's got the opportunity for a BKB. I mean, I guess not. My lord, they just melt through him. That's used to the Arcane as well for Young PH, so a low cooldown on all the abilities, and a tier 2 tower claimed as well. Wait, they're posturing to go high ground. It's kind of
Why
sick.
not? I mean, yeah, it does feel a little bit weird, maybe considering that you know what the Doom cooldown is. Even if it was to buy back, it's still another 10 seconds away. It's always so hard, though. It feels like you need to win a
Phyllis instead is in trouble again. The Queen of Pain always on his tail. But Setsuro standing hand in hand. Skille's also going to fall up as well. But the silence to multiple heroes gives the opportunity for the BKB. Oh my god, these two players for Yangon are doing so much work.
I don't think they knew that the Finger of Death still had 5 seconds off cooldown, but it was a like. I'm sure they're assuming that that was there because he is dead if Finger is available and Skille isn't there for that great follow-up. So, yeah, I like this from How as well. Just looking to cut the wave, trying to make things as easy as possible to enable their push into this bottom tower. You've got the Doom with Doom available, And Terrorblade, of course, getting a decent amount of farm. I believe he's finished up his BKB as well. But you can't really look to make any kind of plays until Storm Spirit's alive.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, it's an 8,000 deficit, but do you feel like Motivate have
Dire's middle
a lineup that they can still contest this high ground push?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They know that this is warded up here. He tried for a cheeky smoke play to place this Observer Ward. And, well, that courier is definitely going to reveal it. Like I said, you could be incredibly skilled, but you could buy 2 wands, or you could be incredibly skilled, be hiding in the trees, and then just reveal your position with a courier. There's the good and the bad.
Oh, Fearless.
Found him.
He's got to be cautious how long he sticks around. You see, Lund.
Big swap.
Swap him back here. Will cost the Venge his life. Artillery's raining down as well. There's no way to cancel this from Zorain. They just have to get out of dodge. What's happening mid? Solo Doom from Masaros. I mean, he's used the BKB previously as well. A little more tick damage is enough. Get the tower right click. He doesn't get it. All right. Simultaneously, Fearless. He's also caught out Snapfire. The rest of the team, I mean, their attention was drawn to mid, so they're too far away to connect. So, I mean, Motivate, all things considering, you'll definitely take that.
Yeah, 810 gold or 820, whatever it was, being given over for Masaros being able to pick up the young PH kill, enables him to pick up the Doom, the Blink Dagger, and now he's just so much further enabled to be able to frontline in a lot of these team fights. You know, you want to be able to catch out these key heroes, whether it be, you know, the Earth Spirit or the Queen of Pain or the Monkey King. If you're able to grab them to start the fight, then you're in a really good spot. He's always just felt like he was trailing in a little bit here, even going for the first survivability that Essence Ring grants you.
We didn't get too much of an opportunity to answer the question before, but like, do you feel Motivate still playing from behind? Do you feel like this is really a 5,000 net worth lead, or does it kind of feel a little bit different than what it is?
Again, I haven't really felt the impact of this Aghanim Scepter on the Venge, right? Like, what do? You just don't kill her, right? And then it's 4,200 gold wasted, kind of like similar to what we saw last game from How, where he buys a Blade Mail and a Spectre, just don't kill him, and then you don't get the value out of that key item. So I feel like the priority for Motivate.Trust is just changing around a little bit. They're going to look to try and get onto young PH, because him or Skill 8, to be honest, feel like the linchpins of this lineup.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's not going to be easy to get rid of the Earth Spirit, though. Closing in on BKB. He's goddamn beefy, too. I mean, 4.4 strength gain. I mean, you've had all this kill participation, the levels start to ramp up.
We still haven't really seen Jackie at too many big team fights, though, right? Like, it's all been on the Doom coming out and enabling a pick off into something, or Fearless able to catch out someone that was just straggling a little bit further behind with their retreat.
Bottom lane. That's an instant BKB usage, giving no opportunity for them to turn it back around, but Fearless still, he doesn't have his own BKB as well, but Motivate, they feel like they can turn this fight considering it's a completely wasted defensive BKB. So they kill off the Queen of Pain. The Venge is going to be the next on the agenda as well, considering Lon, he swapped himself to the middle of the engagement. They're going to still try and deal with the illusion afterwards, but Jackie is using a lot of his Metamorphosis target to deal with it. Now with the backline, Masters as well. A Doom just on the Monkey. Where's the follow-up stun? Setsuro's going to try and jump on over. Glimmer will keep Zorain alive, and they're out to safety there. Can't dive deeper and deeper past the tier 1, but very awkward use of that BKB there from the co-op.
Yeah, I feel like maybe just wanting to preempt the Orchid a little bit, but you know, if he waits even 2 seconds, right, he's probably going to have that blink available to be able to get back out of that team fight.
Masaros is back in, actually. He sends the window. He's got Setsuro hand in hand too, so some signs of life for Motivate. Only a 3,000 gold deficit that you're making a lot of plays here to bring themselves back in.
They are indeed. Even just looking to go for that Blink Dagger again on Zorain. Is he going for the Aghanim Shard beforehand? No, just looks like he really wants to make sure his positioning is right to be able to counter out this storm, right? You just want to stay well away from the rest of your team, trying to avoid being underneath any kind of vision, and then look to join in on the team fight with the use of that Blink Dagger into the cookie, into the Mortimer's Kisses, whatever it might be.
Well, See, this is again signs of life though for Motivate. Impressed with how they've been able to craft a way back in, and bringing up that their lineup feels really scary as this game goes on. And MG.Trust is not showing the weaknesses that he had earlier in this game. Third in net worth. My lord, this dude's farmed.
Yeah, that's what a devoured Midas will do to you. And he's almost finished up the Shiva's Guard as well. So a nice little way to lessen the impact of this Monkey King. Also gives them that little bit of extra vision control as well.
What's the condition here for Motivate to take this next engagement? Where are you looking to see them take a fight? Is it around a high ground where they've got, you know, a vision set up, or have they have to jump someone and then lead into another kill afterwards?
It feels really weird, this game, to be honest. Like, I feel like they can be splitting up the map a whole lot more than they are already. I suppose they don't have Manta style on Jackie, which I'm not sure how crazy I am about the decision not to do that. He's going into it now, but you know, against the Magnetize, against the Orchid, it always just does feel a little bit weird to not have that potential. But the fact that they haven't taken this bottom tower means that you can't even, you know, look to invade the enemy jungle. Sorry, the enemy triangle.
It's gonna BKB. I mean, he didn't have TP up at the same time. Oh, his spider legs expired too. This is so greedy. Trying to cut the wave, and I mean, Earth Spirit's rolling on forward for more kills as well. Q's just gonna instantly beeline it out with a TP. Fearless is... he's gonna have to zip and TP shortly.
That's the last remnant, though.
Boundless on cooldown for a long duration too, so... That's just... I mean, Roche is up. You've just now given a window for Dire to take this.
Yeah, and they will. Like, they know that Jackie, again, wasn't part of that team fight. The ones that he has joined have swung so much further in Motivate.Trust's favor. And with the fact that he's got enough gold for the Manta style now, you are going to be feeling a little bit worried about just your ability to stand there and man fight, particularly if you're Skill A and Young PH. But this Aegis is going to do a lot to make you not quite so fearful of all of this. And one of them's going to pick up the shard. I wouldn't hate to see... give it over to Skill A. Like, yeah, Quap or Skill A would be the one for mine. Like, the extra remnants are incredibly effective, but Quap, just to be able to get it onto the back lines and get that small silence onto the Lion or the Undying was really what I was thinking of maybe making a play around. But Skill A, I mean, he's shown how effective he can be with the ability to just continuously convert into the next engagement, so... Don't hate giving it to him either.
His damage is definitely going to start to tail off, though, with these BKBs being picked up. I mean, we've got 9 on Jackie, 6 on MG.Trust, and 9 on Fearless as well. So, we'll see how...
Like, if he looks to make the initiation, right? Like, he's nearly level 20 now, I believe, on Skill A. Actually ends up giving it over to Lund to make sure he reaches his level 18. Don't hate that either. But you've gone the BKB on your support Earth Spirit, right? So his job is to go into the start of each of these team fights, either tank the Doom onto himself, happy with that, it enables the Quap and the Monkey King to fight, or just use all of your abilities, use the Magnetize, force them to use their BKBs, so that again, it's going to enable the Quap to actually do something. Same sort of thing with the Snapfire in a lot of these engagements. So I feel like you're not as focused on your damage anymore once these BKB timings are available.
Yeah, we were saying that the Terrorblade's going to be a big issue here as the game goes on, especially against the Monkey matchup, and he's got a bunch of armor to not really worry about the little Shredder, Solar Crest, and Wave of Terror. Is Jackie at that stage where he can turn this back around for Motivate?
I think he can. The fact that they don't have the Aegis is, of course, going to be very annoying for their possibilities for doing this. MG.Trust, again, just trying to delay the game as much as possible. Not even getting the Devourer off. But they don't have the BKB piercing disable without Lund there. He didn't choose to TP back, but just continuing to build up a little bit more of his farm. I have to wonder what he might be looking to go for next. Maybe a Vlad's or something along those lines, just to buff up this Monkey King's damage further. AC seems a little expensive for the Vengeful Spirit, given how you want to be playing these days. You know, a little bit more selflessly.
Q's the target. And it looks like that all they'll get. I don't know if they got the experience by the minute mark.
Don't think so.
But Radiant are doing a pretty solid job just to kite the Aegis. I mean, it's almost about to be 3 minutes completely wasted, and MG.Trust is instantly starting to head back up the top just to cut this wave.
The counter argument to that is that Hao just wants that little bit of a safety net by having that butterfly, so they want to make a play around when they've got 1 minute of the Aegis remaining. Like the wave is pushed in quite heavily. It's going to take a while for the creeps to join, but I don't know about this movement from Hao. Again, they know that Skill A is here on the back lines. They preemptively placed down the sentry ward as well, so they know exactly what kind of vision they have.
Confirmation now for the sentry job. Skill A's going to look to try and jump the line, though. Huge Boundless takes care of set 0. And yep, they waste the BKB. Metamorphosis as well. So let's see if Yangon actually want to try and reset here for the next 60. Just wait out the meta. I mean, Aegis got a minute 30, so you definitely have a window.
I think they're just waiting for Skill A to get back. He TP'd to the bottom tier 1 tower.
Doesn't have a whole lot of mana on the Earth Spirit. They're going to try and look to jump the Venge. Simultaneously, MG.Trust has been able to catch out Hao, but he can't use the Doom Soul with the Monkey King, considering he has his second life to play with. The Tombstone in the middle of the fight as well, so they won't have this as well. Not the greatest start for Motivate. It's going to be the consequences. You lose your full set of barracks.
Nicely done. They get full usage out of the Aegis there. They're looking to try and convert it a little bit with the creep still pushed inside the base, and why not? A full minute left. You know that there's BKB not available for the Doom.
Q's able to get rid of the Silence thanks to the freshly Greaves pick up. They might kill off the Venge Illusion. Now is there a window? Aegis, 40 seconds still. How they're going to be able to take care of the first life, or they won't. Glimmer, detection to the last second. How can they set up? Doom still ready to rock and roll. Zorain standing straight on top of him. Nice kick away. How now the Lincoln Tower is going to turn. Wukong's drop. They're going to be carefully jumped on top of the tree, but it's not going to matter. The rest of the Radiant instantly retreating away from the Golden Army. Man, what a play as Young PH protects him along with the rest of the team. Now they're occupying the Radiant base. 3 down. No buybacks from Motivate. More objectives being claimed.
You know what else happened in that team fight? Did you see Zorain's positioning after the Aegis was expiring?
Yeah, straight on top.
Was being claimed. Straight on top. You can't doom him if you've got this fat snapfire over the top of you.
Oh, and Skill A kicked him out. That was just beautiful from Yangon. My god, they played this game exceptionally well. So, you're avenged out, right?
I'm still avenged out. I am a Skill A believer.
Oh, I'm a
I mean, what has the
huge
Venge
Skill
done
A
this game?
believer.
Let's be real. Let's be real. What has the Venge done this game?
Has been killed. The Dire now have
At least this game, it's around the Monkey King, who gets massive use out of having that
100%.
that vengeance affecting him. Like, it's not a Spectre. You want to be in the midst of the team fights alongside the Monkey King, and just it's going to buff up your Jingu Mastery, your Boundless Strike by an incredible amount.
I feel like it's hard to value how much importance the Venge gave them just solely off the aura, and also Roshan as well. Like, maybe they can't take it as fast if they don't have the Venge. Like, yes, Snap and Solar Crest is great, but I feel like Lund definitely enables that. And we haven't seen, like, incredible swap saves. And, I mean, this is nothing where we're not shitting on Venge at all. It's just like, we're like, is this still a... Alright, you can be. We're still just like, is this hero valuable or not? But, I mean, they are at a stage where they are 16k ahead, and my god, Yangon. I mean, to go back for the Venge... Yeah.
It's a ballsy play, especially when, again, if they win this series, they're guaranteed top 3 in BTS Pro Series number 9. So it's pretty high stakes for them. It's very rare that a team like Yangon get this sort of opportunity. They had a really good showing through the mid to latter stages of the group stage, and this game too shows that it wasn't a fluke.
Not at all. Not at all for Yangon. Vega creeps advantage now.
Damage. Young PH.
Oh, Masteros. They're not expecting this. Oh, now with a wave of terror they'll see, but there's a swap coming into beneficial factor. Masteros, the BKB's about to expire. The TPs might be a little bit too late as well. They're diving deeper and deeper once again, occupying Motivate's territory. Let's see if they can burst through the Monkey King. Somehow they need to protect him. Their beautiful stun controls the Venge, and down goes Hao. He's going to look to buy back instantly, but Jackie's trying to lock onto his target. They'll kill off the Earth Spirit. Can they get anyone else though? Another buyback?
I don't know if you want to go this heavy. Maybe they're just going to wait out the Metamorphosis timer. That plus the tombstone as
Jackie
well.
bought the Ag shot. She's recognizing that there's going to be a big dependency on the cooldown. Man, what an Ag sets up for the Ravage from Set Zero as well. Jackie needs the rain and Hellfire with the damage. They've killed off the Venge. The Snapfire gone as well. And okay. We got a bit of a ball game here.
All right, there's some damage potential here. You just didn't need to go. You didn't need to go. You just needed to wait that extra 15 seconds. You wouldn't have Flesh Golem, you wouldn't have Tombstone, you wouldn't have Metamorphosis. Sure, you'd have the Demon Zeal, but it's nowhere near as strong as what you just had to contend with. Well, gives them a small opportunity, and this was really Yangon's doing as well. Maybe just the excitement coming through from wanting to close out a game against such a strong opponent like Motivate.Trust.
Do you think there's big
potential?
Do you think there's big value with the Demon Soul? I haven't seen this too often on TVs. I know like when it's great when you don't have meta, but I just haven't had enough game time to see it.
I honestly haven't either. I think it was much more of that desperation kind of play of if we lose this team fight, we lose the game.
Yep. Oh no. Fearless. Not the leg. This. Okay, he's alright. Senses the occurrence of Dire coming over.
Let's have a look at the buyback status right now. So Fearless obviously doesn't have it because he's so low on gold, but Quap, Venge, that's about it. Snapfire is probably the only one remotely close. I guess TB is a little bit as well, but Jackie, he's at the stage. You've been mega creeped. I don't think you can afford to hold buyback when you're playing as this Terrorblade. You just got to go all in.
And what is that all in for Jackie? What are you looking the next item to be? Is it going to finish the Daedalus? You wanting something else? Something more crazier?
I honestly wouldn't hate the Ags on him, just because it might force out some earlier than ideal BKBs from Yangon. It might push the Monkey King outside of his Wukongs if he doesn't get that perfect BKB Wukong's timing.
I think even just the huge AoE, like if Venge is not in a far enough position to get away from the terror, the terror wave I think it's called, then you know, maybe the little bit of control could give a huge opportunity for a pick-off.
Plus an extra 10 seconds of meta, never hurts.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because we've been saying like Yangon, like you see Metamorphosis pop, just chill out a little bit, just let the meta waste, then go back in and take the fight. So having that opportunity for 10 seconds to fight with could be huge.
Pretty sure they just smoked underneath vision here in the mid lane, so unfortunate for Motivate.Trust, and you can just see they're looking to back up around their vision. Skille, Zorain, Lun, covering all avenues where they might look to come up onto this high ground. And, well, it's going to be the illusion, so at least that was smartly done by Jackie there to try and scout out their positioning. So they might look to go for the long wraparound here on the left side with Fearless and the rest of the boys.
Terrorblade just finishing the 25 as well, so it's got the Metamorphosis duration. In terms of die though, spell block on the Queen of Pain, also combining that up with the Lincolns, not easy to ever bring her down. The Monkey, of course, has got the Wukong's command. Another thing I just want to mention is the fact that Mastros has the refresher. Doom has been a hero that can just carry a late game. Absolutely carry a late game.
We will also get a little bit of information. I know there's been a lot of theories thrown out there, but Quap has Spell Block and Lincoln Sphere. So I'm going to keep my eyes on her and see which one gets used first.
This is a second smoke in a row for Motivate. They are well aware you cannot give this Aegis up for free. They got big issues with their bottom lane. That's a catapult wave too, so someone will be forced to deal with this.
This is using the ninja gear as well, so young PH not even revealing his positioning. Really good use of those neutral items, as well as the fresh ones that were picked up at the 37-minute mark. And anytime someone looks to reveal back in base, I think they're going to make a snap attempt to, all right, let's go and take Roche. Fearless is probably the only one that can afford to do this because, you know, he can more quickly try and join the team fight. But that's a BKB used.
Yeah, you're happy
There's
with
the
that.
spell block. So it was the talent that ended up being used first over the Lincoln Sphere. And they're just into Roche. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, now it makes it much more difficult for how Storm can play.
Set Zero came back. You cannot take this team fight anymore.
And you had a bit of a condition as well, considering how bought back previously. It's Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard. I mean, we've seen games where Monkey can just run up high ground, drop the command to hit over on the objectives. I think...
I'd be giving that cheese over to Skille. Just let him be on the front lines. Let him tank up a lot of the damage and just get it all back.
Excellent.
They're doing their best to try and keep these lanes pushed out with the TB illusions, but I feel like it's just a little bit too late. You know, this is the kind of play that I would have loved to see a little bit earlier. It's a late Manta style being picked up as well, so you didn't get insane value out of it.
Radiant's middle tower is
It's
under attack.
giving opportunity for at least the buybacks to come up as well shortly for Radiant. I mean, 3 heroes are needing gold. Lion's the only one that's timer dependent. Actually looking to smoke to take the fight. Top and mid are in relatively good positions right now. MG.Trust is also just waiting in the wings, trying to find the perfect angle here for the Doom. They're a bit disconnected, but I love Lun's positioning, standing hand in hand. Now Set Zero is just going to be brought down instantly. That's the hero that didn't have buyback. So posturing outside the base is going to cost him his life.
Lots of smokes under vision this game, though.
Set in stone. Where's the party? Whoa, what
It's
I
actually
miss?
ridiculously hard for them to kill even a single TB illusion with anyone whose name is not How.
MG.Trust, there we go. He's found the jump. Once again, the Vortex onto multiple heroes. We're waiting for the refresher from MG.Trust for the secondary target. They get the instant pick off. Now with the Wukongs, however, they're on the outskirts. Q force up away. Jackie, a swap deeper inside the command, so he might have to turn it, just stand his ground with the BKB about to expire. Jackie, he needs some assistance. He might not just get it though. Fearless back in. It's not fast enough. Jackie's gone. Meta wasted. Let's see what the buyback can do to keep in handy though. The Demon Zeal.
That Demon Zeal doing something.
MG.Trust gonna be cautious still. Doom up, ready to rock and roll. They'll try and bring him down before he gets the opportunity. He's got the buyback. They still haven't dealt with the Aegis. Down their attention to the tier 4 towers.
Is under attack.
Don't PH. Oh, that's an aggressive blink. Pops an early
All those spell
BKB.
blocks, though. Lotus Orb, Spell Block, Lincoln Sphere, BKB on young PH right now.
I mean, what do? No Metamorphosis. The damage is just lacking at the moment. Consistent chain control is by Fearless. He's got a buyback. Radiant. They need all the numbers as best as possible. Another Wukong to Jackie. They're going to be cautious of the swap. Unfortunately for Lone, it doesn't happen. But it just gives them all control of the area. One tier 4 gone. Second to drop as well. Fearless has got to be perfect with the Vortex. I mean, their throats exposed. They might even lose the Terrorblade as well, but the Sora Pure isn't going to be enough. Somehow the Vortex on top of the backline, it gives Jackie enough time to be able to turn Sunder out. They brought down all of them. Aegis claimed here, and now they can just turn, kill off How. The defense, it's the name of the game. It's Motivate. They'll stand their ground.
It's a very heavy commitment coming out. I don't believe anyone has buyback now on the Motivate.Trust side. Only the Lion that died back previously. So it's a big price to pay. 50 seconds still until that Metamorphosis is available. You've given yourselves that tiny opportunity, though, to be able to come back. And for another 25 seconds, you got a double damage on the bottom side of the river. See if anyone's able to scout it out. Set Zero's checked top. Who's going to check bottom?
Well, they got about 15 seconds. Well, they see it with the ward. Go, sir.
Yep.
Go, sir. No way. I mean, this is your
Down the other
window.
side.
This is your... You
Yep.
just got to go. Better up in 20.
Mascot's is going to join the rest of the
wait.
boys as well.
Wait, this is about to get crazy. All right.
Stupendous.
Dire's middle tower has
No
fallen.
chance. What's probability? 16%.
Haste.
All right. How buys back?
Gaben believes.
Daddy
Dire's
Gaben
middle tower
indeed
is under
does.
attack.
Demon Zeal with that double damage does a
Swap
lot of
back
damage.
deeper inside the base. Nice to temp it instantly. Set Zero
Is the
once
chain
again
locked
and
down
Fearless
there?
as well. But the Hearse back thanks to the Lotus Orb. They need to try and be able to protect the Terrorblade. Jackie can't find the target just yet. Tilt the Sunder straight on top of Lun. But the Wukong's command, it's out before the Doom, so it's going to control the area. But Skill is in. The BKBs have been wasted. It's a huge magnetize once again. They're losing the Terrorblade. He's gone. No Jackie available. The tips are out. It looks like Yangon might have just done it. We're going to a game 3. Megas soon inside the base. The G's are out. My God, Yangon. You love to see it.
All right, so the Venge actually did something in that last fight. That's great. You know, the swap in, the initial one, forcing all of those high cooldown abilities to be used, and then second time around, swapping straight back into the Wukong's ring. Enough to take him out there. And what a performance coming out from Yangon Galacticos to take out Game number 2, Skill A MVP, hands down.
I mean, we've been asking to see his Earth Spirit for quite some time through the groups, and what a goddamn treat! What a goddamn treat! Where was he on the damage? That's what I want to see.
Not that high, actually. So, but it just felt like his team fight control, the slows, the silences, it was just all there, enabling young PH to get pick off after pick off after pick off. I gotta say, even though I did go for Motivate.Trust, that was more of a I'm not a fan of this Vengeful Spirit pick. I still do feel like they could have taken it out if they just didn't go for this Storm Spirit. Like, we've seen twice today now how it gets completely dumpstered by this Queen of Pain. They correctly addressed the fact that he would want to go back to the jungle. They blocked off his small camp. Eventually, it was dealt with somewhat, and he had a little bit of a way back into this game. But, Masaros, Fearless, these are two players that you always seem to think are going to come out of that laning stage with at least break-even net worth compared to their opponent. And just didn't happen this time around, and Jackie couldn't do it all himself.
I mean, firstly, what a game. What a game for Yangon. Your back's against the wall. Yes, again, upper bracket. Each team has 2 lives, but the young team like this, where they really got dumps in game 1, like that was not close at all, and it could have just been a similar game. But for them to take that break time, talk it over, recover, and the balls from them as well, just to go back for the Vengeful Spirit, to believe in their strategy. I mean, it's just second to none. And the fact that also Motivate, they let through the Monkey King. That's another thing. They banned Tide and the Mars, and we were asking for Yangon to go for first pick so they could at least get something strong and not be left with kind of the scraps later on in the picks. And maybe Motivate, they're going to switch it back up to what they did in game 1 with that Monkey and the Tide ban, because I mean, Hao showed a huge reason why how he plays it to an exceptional level, and how also Yangon play really well around the Monkey King too.
Yeah, I think who has first pick, who has second pick will be pretty damn important this game, because Motivate, they're Monkey King pickers as well. So I feel like that's going to be the key hero for the next draft. It's going to be up in another 5 to 10 minutes or so. I'm keen to see how we're able to close out this last series of the first round of the upper bracket.
Yeah, very excited. We'll take a short break. See you guys in a minute.